Hi, sorry if I feel kind of grumpy, but yeah, this is take three. So this is my individual project for All Quiet on the Western Front. So All Quiet on the Western Front is it's basically a World War I book about a group of Germans who voluntarily joined the war because they were like motivated, I'm assuming, by their teacher, and after seeing all the patriotism and slogans, I'm assuming, so they were like young students and all that. Give me a second. Why I chose this book. So the way I see it, of seeing a German's perspective on World War I was kind of interesting to me because you see World War II. I've mostly read more and watched more about World War II, and you would mostly like see them being like targeted as a what do you call it? You would mostly see them targeted as like bad guys, or really, yeah, basically bad guys. Someone you don't want to mess with, like Hitler, who is no longer here with us, obviously. But yeah, I found it interesting to me to see a German's perspective in a war, because mostly I've seen I've been in conversations about World War I, and all I hear about is them just being, war in general. I always see them, and they're always being like talked about being very badly, I guess, being talked about badly, and I really couldn't tell if, I'm pretty sure most of it's true in World War II, but World War I, I don't really think it's, what do you call it? I don't really think it's true. But anyway, I would love, the reason why I chose this is because I really wanted to see a German's perspective on World War I, and I didn't get to see it that much. Yeah, that sounds stupid. I want to talk about the events that happened in the. Sorry if my screen is very bright. I'm switching tabs, looking at my notes right now. So the interesting events I saw in All Quiet on the Western Front were how in the first chapter they were talked about how they were young innocent students, and they were only, I'm assuming, 19 years old. That really got to me. Well, not really got to me. That really like interested. What do you call it? That really captured me, I guess that's how you say it. Because like hearing about our main protagonist is 20 years old, so but I heard that most are like 18, 19, and I did hear about a 16-year-old, which is a true story about going to World War I, but I'm just here to talk about All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, the part where they tell that they are like 20 years old, that young to join the war, is like very surprising to me, because I heard that as soon as they graduated, they voluntarily joined the war, and hearing that is kind of stupid. But I had a cousin who joined the war, well, not the war, the military, just because he wanted to avoid college and university. It's pretty funny, but yeah, hearing that is not a good idea to me, because you really don't. I'm in my experience, I don't think they had any judging by the books, all they heard was propaganda and slogans and from their teacher, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, that's what probably motivated them to join the war. What else did I say in my notes? Another interesting event that happened, which I found funny, they actually have someone they hate in the book, apparently. Not the book, they have someone they hate. I'm assuming it's a higher up. It did happen in the movie as well. I watched the movie, it was really funny. So they have this person they hate, because I'm assuming he's treating them badly, and so they got a bunch of guys to like ambush him when he got out of a bar or party, I'm assuming, outside. They put like some type of blanket on top of his head, and they just started beating him up, and then they just all quickly ran away. And apparently, I'm assuming he's a lieutenant. The guy didn't even know who it was, because he was already like dizzied up from getting all beaten up from all that. So yeah, they got out of that, which I found really funny to me. I wanted to, so my connections to the book and the pianist. Let's see. I did write something about this. Hold on. Oh, I did one example I made to the book and the night we watched a book called The Pianist, and we watched we didn't really watch, we read a book. We read a book called The Night by Elie Wiesel. I'm pretty sure. I feel very bad for pronouncing that wrong. Yeah, I feel like the two connections between all of them is they all change throughout the film or book, because in starting of the movies, I talk about how they, in All Quiet on the Western Front, I told you about how they were all friendly, young, innocent students having enjoying life, wanting to start a new childhood, but patriotism, slogans, like all that propaganda got them into war. Same as in The Night. I forgot Ellie. Well, Ellie didn't really, he's more like a Jew. The connections between Night and, what was it, the other book? It was Night and The Pianist, yes. So the connections between them, they all change throughout the story. What I mean by that is, in the beginning of the movie, it's just all happy, and it's very, very, sorry, how do I say it? They are very happy. They're living their lives as they would. The pianist living with his family, trying to make money off doing a piano, well, playing the piano. The Night, I'm assuming, I don't think they made that much money. They mostly just prayed, I'm pretty sure, but they weren't really in vain and in torturing. And All Quiet on the Western Front, Paul was like, he was just a student at his school, and he was living his best life with his family until the propaganda changed him, like how in Night the concentration camps, and changed them when the more he went there, he had to keep protecting his father, and that made him more, what do you call it? It's like a guard dog to his father, I'm assuming. I guess you can say that Elie Wiesel's mind was all about protecting his father, which changed him from his normal boyish innocent mind. And in The Pianist, he just loved playing the piano all the time. Not all the time, he did care about his family, but he slowly got more depressed and insane throughout, mostly near the end of the movie. He became sort of insane, growing out a beard, trying to find food, trying to open it with some kind of it was like a fireplace poker, I'm assuming that's what it is. But he almost became insane until a Nazi general, I'm assuming lieutenant, higher up, whatever, saved him, and he got his mind back. But I'm pretty sure Elie Wiesel got his mind back making the book, but Paul eventually just died, getting a bullet to the head in the very end, which was a really dumb way to kill him off for me. But I'm assuming that's realistic if you just stand in the middle of a battlefield. So that is one connection. I did make another one. Let me see. I think that's all I made. Yeah, one example could be that they are all young, but their future and childhood is forever erased due to these events occurring. So yeah, those are my yeah points. I think I did have 2 points, but I somehow explained both of them at the same time. I think I didn't notice that, but we can just go on to the next one. Window/mirror. Okay, so for mirror, I'm just gonna hold on, sorry. Okay, so for mirror, I did write, let's see, for mirror you could say that. Okay, so for mirror, You could say that the book is trying to put you into the it's trying to put you into the book. You're trying to reflect to yourself. What would you do? I'm saying it's like a I'm stuttering now. For mirror, it's like saying what would you do type of situation. That's one example for me. A mirror, you're looking at yourself. What would you do in that situation? Would you run and hide? Would you like? One example was like when what was it? Example would be like, what would you do in that type of situation? That's a type of mirror example I would do. That came to mind. But that's one type of mirror example that came to me. So another one would be when you look into the mirror and what type of event changed you. Yes. So did you have a particular type of scar or birthmark that was inflicted onto you because of the dramatic event? So this is a reference to how Eli in Night finally looks into the mirror for once, and after all the torture he went through, and felt like he was looking at a ghost, such as a dead man. Yeah. Like, after going through so much things, you look through the mirror and something changed about you. I don't know how you describe it, but like that dramatic event changed you somehow, and it inflicted a scar on you. I'm kind of using examples from The Scar, which we read a short story about on our book. I don't have it today with me though, it's in my locker, but I do think that the scar could be a type of a mirror, since that was inflicted onto you and you're just looking back at it like it's a type of story you can tell your children. So mirror, you could say that you were watching Paul Baumer's story. Paul Baumer, the main character, that's his full name, story unfold right from the start, like a mother watching children slowly grow up to someone new. But instead, what did I write? But instead of finding a new future to pursue, Paul is slowly losing his mind throughout the war, and slowly loses his comrades one by one. In chapter 1, you were really just watching Paul's sanity unfold into utter chaos, when back in chapter 1 he was innocent and happy. He was an innocent and happy young lad. So that's a one window to me. You are legit watching him right now, and you can legit do that in you can really just do that by watching the movie on YouTube. Window, you are watching him like you are some type of god. You are looking through a window, as I said, as a mother watching children slowly grow up to someone new. That is one window to me. Another window, I don't think I made up a window, but I would like to come up with one right now. A window, what would be one? I think I did write it. So. Okay, let's just go on to the next one. I don't want to drag this one out, so we're just gonna go on to the next one. So what I learned overall after all this, what did I learn? I found out it was really great to work with others, and if everyone is included, you can't just be like sitting there looking at the people talk, the extroverts and the introvert like me. I do talk sometimes, but I don't talk all the time. But I don't talk all the time. But when you see someone talking and you just sit there looking at them, saying nothing come to mind, it's really not doing anything for you, and it's really not doing anything for your team. Your team might think of you as some burden, probably. So I think what I learned best is to at least chip in something, maybe an idea, because like as the trailer I made for All Quiet on the Western Front, I couldn't have really done it without my teammates. They gave me some really good clips. I'm the only one who made the trailer though. I edited it, put all the clips together, put all the quotes, but they gave me the info, they gave me all the clips, they gave me all the videos, they gave me ideas, they gave me the passage, everything. And because they chipped in, even Maya as well, Talia, Bob, Jason, all of them, I really I really like them. They're great. They gave me such great info, and I'm really happy that our trailer got the most voted. I was not expecting that. I was expecting that the other groups would be better at this type of thing, but I was really happy when our trailer got the most voted. So that was a surprise to me. Let's say another thing. Let's see. Was another thing I learned was yes, okay, new people. Yeah. This is kind of weird type of learning thing, but something learned I knew was new people. To be honest, I've never met Jason before. He was I'm pretty sure I've met him before, but in my mind right now, I don't think I've ever met him before. It was kind of strange to me because I have a really good feeling I've met him before, but sorry, I'm stuttering. But if I learned something today, I'm pretty sure meeting new people, because Jason, even though if I just met him, he's a really great guy. At first, I wasn't really sure of him at first, but getting to know him more, he's a really great guy. He gave me no, it was Talia who gave me the passage, but Jason actually helped out in making sure we all know our roles. He made sure that we are all included. Our lit circle, what do you call it? The papers that we were, the lit circle roles. Yes. Sometimes he would make sure that everyone had our right roles, because one time I didn't have, the very first time when we were doing this, I did not know my role. So I did ask, and Jason was actually the first one to respond to me and actually making sure that I know my role. And I would like to say good props to him. He's a great guy, and I would definitely partner with him again if I was in another English class, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he's a really dependable and awesome guy. Big thumbs up to him. I like him. He's pretty good. And I'm a pretty chill guy. Last one. What else did I learn? I didn't write what I last learned. So I think what I learned, I think I learned more about World War One. What do you call it? What I learned is, I think this is dumb. This is dumb. Anyways, I think that's my honest thoughts and explanation, All Quiet on the Western Front. And I honestly would love to see a more modern movie of this book, since someone actually posted the whole movie on YouTube. And I really took advantage of that to get somewhat of a visual perspective, maybe to get something. Visual by visual perspective? I learn better when I'm looking at something and it makes sense to me, but getting a visual perspective of the book, turning it into a movie, made me understand the book more and what they were going through, because I couldn't really tell what they were doing in the book sometimes, maybe because of the fancy literature and language, I guess. But they did a really good job capturing every point of the movie, of the book. And I'm pretty sure I cried to it. I actually genuinely cried to it. I wish I recorded it. I kind of wish I didn't and I'd posted it. But I really wish I can. I really would. I'm stuttering now with that. I really do wish there could be a better movie, and I really wish I could work on this project again, because I really love making trailers. I do edit videos sometimes, and editing a video and getting first place on it, well, not really first place, but getting the most votes on the trailer, really made me proud, and I really want to do more. But maybe not this book again. Maybe not this book again, because I don't really want to look at the clip where Paul dies. That really tore me up. But maybe another book that's similar to this, a German's perspective. But that's all from me. Goodbye.